Now, as you can see, I have planted a bomb inside my brain that will go off once I reach 20,000 subscribers. I mean, it's not like it's gonna happen anytime soon. Oh golly gee, I never thought this happened. I want to start this off by saying thank you all so much for 20,000 subscribers. It's crazy to me that so many people watch my content and actually like it. To me, I'm not that special. My self-esteem is lower than the FNAF movie Metacritic score, which is pretty fucking low. Yeah, I'll take as many opportunities to shit on that movie as I can. Anyway, I didn't really have anything planned for this milestone at all, but I figured a Q&A might be fun, so without further ado, let's answer some questions. The first questions are going to be taken from my patrons who had higher priority over everyone else. Our first one comes from Omabat. Are the cat ears on your new Lily Sona there because I called your IRL Sona kitty core? Not implying anything, I just want to know because I think that's funny if so. LMAO. Well, kinda, but not because of you. I just thought these cat ears were a cute detail. Wow, a trans girl who likes cats? What will they think of next? Also, this is unrelated, but do you have any catnip on you? Up next, we have a question from Chiroashi. What is your favorite music outside of OSTs? I feel kind of bad whenever someone asks me about my music taste. Unfortunately, I'm not that cultured. Licensed songs that I like are ones I've heard from movies or TV shows, like Something Stupid or any song from Breaking Bad, really. Kiss from a Rose, Close to You, and most songs featured in James Gunn comic book movies. I'm really sorry to disappoint anyone hoping for a better answer. Let's hope the next question isn't music related. You're fucking kidding me. This next one is from one of my patrons, and she's also a cool friend of mine, Ellie. Her question was similar to someone else's, so I'll just kill 2 subscribers with 1 stone. Ellie asked, top 5 favorite games? And Jamie's Shorts 6855 asks, hey, name's Jamie, and I am a big fan. Congrats on reaching 20k, and my question is, what are your top 10 games of all time, and what are your top 10 worst games of all time? First of all, thanks, Jamie. I appreciate it. Secondly, let's pull up the top 10 list over here in no particular order. Number 1, God of War 1. In a series full of absolute 10 out of 10 masterpieces, they started off incredibly well. I won't go into detail because I literally just talked about it, but it's a great self-contained Greek tragedy with a very underrated narrative, a fun combat system full of energy and fluidity, memorable locations, and incredible world building. Sure, it's a little janky, but this came out in 2005, so it's expected. At this point, I'm mostly used to the jank, so I just love this game to death. Number 2, Resident Evil 2. I'm a sucker for the fixed camera tank control survival horror game genre, and the original Resident Evil 2 is a masterclass in it. The story built off of the original game, expanding the universe further. The gameplay is great, even if it's missing some moves like a quick turn or a more fluid ground control. It's still a great puzzle scavenger hunt that puts you on your toes. If you'd like, you can soak up the environments and read documents for extra story, or you can just blaze through it and beat it under 2 hours. This design philosophy has always been this series' bread and butter, and it's especially incredible in RE2. Number 3, Uncharted 4. Much like God of War, the Uncharted series is nothing but bangers. But while my favorite God of War game was the first entry, my favorite Uncharted game is the last entry. The game is insanely pretty almost 10 years later. The gameplay is the best it's been with a more refined stealth system and the addition of a grapple hook. The performances are just incredible, and the story is really effective at tugging at your heartstrings. It's much more effective if you've played the preceding PS3 trilogy, but effective nonetheless. I love this game. Number 4, Portal 2. I'm still waiting on that 3rd game, Newell. Anyway, Portal 2 pretty much does everything right. The puzzles are fun and engaging with cool mechanics that never get boring. It has incredible music, witty writing, stellar voice performances, and really interesting lore. While the first game felt like a cute film school short, Portal 2's scope feels like the best movie you've ever seen as we delve into the endless ruins of Aperture Science. And I did enjoy the multiplayer mode with my boyfriend. Good times. I normally prefer 3rd person over 1st person, so when I say I love Portal 2, you know I mean it. Number 5, Undertale. Again, go watch my video on it. While the gameplay is fairly simple, I think the highlight is the lovable characters, interesting lore, banger music, and the story that I'll never forget. I still can't believe this game was just Toby Fox practicing for Deltarune. Number 5, Sonic Unleashed. I know I shat on this game plenty for doing the God of War gameplay really poorly, but goddamn, those daytime stages were some of the best gameplay I've experienced from Sonic. The boost stages were so good, it kind of made me realize some flaws in Sonic Generations, which is what I used to consider the best boost game. I'm so glad Unleashed Recompiled happened. The day stages were a ton of fun. I only wish there were more of them. Number 7, Super Mario Odyssey. I keep flip-flopping between this and Galaxy as my favorite Mario game. Odyssey has the smoothest controls, the best movement, the best levels, the most amount of collectibles in any Mario game thus far. Some people complain it's a little too much, but not me. I personally love the fact that there's 999 moons to collect. Granted, the ones that need you to grind coins are the worst, but I like the rest, okay? Also, Cappy is the best Mario sidekick, and I will not hear otherwise. Number 8, Metroid Dread. What was once a gaming urban legend is now one of the best entries in Nintendo's best series. Exploration is fun, parrying is euphoric, Samus is hot as fuck in this game, the bosses are incredible, and the Emmy are terrifyingly fun to encounter. It has problems like the boring foreground, somewhat messy story that retcons part of Metroid 2, and the vague ending, but I feel nothing but joy when replaying this. Number 9, Persona 3 Reload. I hate to regurgitate the same opinion everyone else has on Persona 3, but goddamn, I love this game's story. It's a tale about living life to the fullest, not wasting time or taking anything for granted. Each character has their own part to play in this narrative, and their personas being based on Greek figures turns this into a metaphorical Greek tragedy about the inevitability of death. Forming bonds with the people around you is important to the game's core values, and I won't spoil anything, but the ending actually made me cry. And the combat is fucking awesome, man! I love how coordinated your team can feel when you're good at the game. I love killing shadows, I love exploring Tartarus, I love the special splash screens after an all-out attack. Dude, I love the combat. I can't wait to get to Persona 5. Number 10, Cave Story. Inspired by Metroid and what would go on to inspire Undertale, Cave Story was one of the first popular indie games, and it's one of the best indie games. It's a genuinely great platformer with a pretty interesting narrative and some of the most iconic music in video game history. Some notable flaws are the true ending requirements being a tad cryptic and nonsensical, on top of giving me PTSD, but I still love this game. Now, onto the bad ones. Number 1, Persona 4. The opening is fucking boring. I hate Teddy. The story was super predictable. I can tell that this one was rushed. Number 2, Super Mario Sunshine. I like literally everything about this game except for the controls. Number 3, Sonic Lost World. This is the most boring game in the entire series, and if you somehow make a Sonic game that's boring, you are seriously doing something wrong. Number 4, the entire Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. What started off as a slightly intriguing concept just went off the rails really quickly, and it seemed like they didn't give a shit about the lore. I also hate the fan base. The creator is a piece of shit Republican, the movie was fucking boring, and the fan game I was looking forward to was cancelled. On top of that, those old parodies I did attracted so many little kids who would not stop fucking asking me to make more. I hate this series so fucking much. But other than that, I got nothing. I only like to play good video games. Anyway, moving on. GhostyXP asks, top 10 lyrical Sonic songs? Again, these are in no particular order. Number 1, What I'm Made Of. This is one of the coolest songs in the franchise, and it's one of the best and most fitting final boss themes in my opinion. While I do like the original track, the remastered version from Shadow Generations is just the exact same track but ramped up to 100.
Trying to reach inside of me, trying to get my energy. Let me show you just what I'm made of. Simple curiosity, trying to take a bite of me. Let me show you just what I'm made of now.
And in stark contrast, numbers 2, 3, and 4 are more on the calm side, starting with Mirai E, one of the Japanese credit songs from Sonic X. While I haven't finished the show yet at the time of writing, I really liked this song when I heard it at the end of the episodes I've watched.
To be shy, to be free, 怖がらないで。時の波を乗り越えるから。遥か遠い道を目指してゆく。
Number 3, Dreams of an Absolution, Silver's theme from Sonic 06. I don't care if it uses auto-tune, I still like the vocals, I think they're really neat to listen to. In addition to that, the song is also very queer-coded, which I think is sick as hell. Bentley Jones wrote this after a breakup, after all, and it's one of the reasons I keep drawing Silver with eyelashes. You all can stop asking me about that now. Let me draw however I want.
Every night I will make it right, and every night I will come to you. But every night it just stays the same in my dream of an absolution.
Number 4, Cosmic Eternity from Sonic CD. Everything I could say about this song has already been said in the classic Sonic video. It's just a pure vibe, and it's one of the best classic Sonic songs to date.
You feel tight, look at yourself. Inside your heart, you will find the special place to align. When you feel right, look at yourself. Inside your mind, you see cosmic eternity.
Number 5, Fist Bump. Now, I know what you're thinking. Really? Fist Bump? And yeah, I know it might sound like a weird choice. Good thing I'm not talking about the normal version. No. Take a listen to the edgy remix.
Together we can show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you. Pushing on through until the battle's won. No one's gonna give a thing to us. Into each other we put our trust. Standing united after the fight.
Number 6. Dude, Team Chaotix is super underutilized in the games. I think they could do great stuff with them in a future game. Their theme song from Heroes is also a banger.
Detectives, you all on your side. Directives, tracking down your crimes.
Number 7, Undefeatable from Sonic Frontiers. This scene is the coolest thing Sonic has done after 10 years of fucking around, and I really hope we get more songs that sound like this in the series. It's some of the most hype Sonic music I've ever heard. I love all 3 Titans songs, but Undefeatable remains, well, undefeated. Number 8, this is probably recency bias, but I personally really like this song. It's so damn stupid, and we need more stupid Sonic songs if you ask me.
Sonic racing all around the world, than ever. Scales every day, your brains are treasure. Make the tires burn with trailblazing. Sonic racing.
Number 9, Endless Possibility, baby! Number 10, One Way Dream from Sonic Frontiers. This song was a promise from Sonic Team to succeed in whatever direction they went in, and I'd say they're keeping their promise very well nowadays. It's a great time to be a Sonic fan.
Lose your spirit off the ground. I'm a spark that won't go out. We can go much higher now. Gravity can't hold us down. We're only at the beginning of this one-way dream.
No more top 10 lists, okay? Anyway, on to the next question. This one comes from Andrew Clark 3330. Hey Lily, any chance you'll talk about the Chow Garden when you get around to reviewing Sonic Adventure 2? I noticed that you skipped it in the Adventure 1 review, and that's why I'm asking about it. Also, congrats to 20,000 subscribers. I subscribed to your channel because of your Sonic videos, really, but you honestly seem really cool as a YouTuber. First of all, thanks, it means a lot. Secondly, I know I skipped talking about the Chow Garden in SA1, mainly because no one really cares about the Chow Garden in that game. When you hear Chow Garden, your mind usually goes to the SA2 one, but it's safe to say I won't spend too much time on it because, hot take, I don't really care for it that much. I mean, I just think the Chow Garden is neat as a small side mode, but it's far from the best thing in SA2. That's pretty much it. Next is a question from Christian Montserrat Woe to Arcade. Do you like animated movies? Dude, animated movies are the shit. Animation is cinema after all. Yup. Seriously though, I've always loved animation as a medium, and almost all my favorite movies are animated. As a recent-ish example, I absolutely adore the Chainsaw Man movie, and before that, my favorites include all the Evangelion Rebuild movies, a healthy dose of Studio Ghibli, all 3 Dragon Ball Super movies, Resurrection F doesn't exist, and my personal favorite, The End of Evangelion. God, I want to talk about about Ava so badly. As for the western side, I grew up watching early Pixar with my favorites being Monsters Inc., Ratatouille, and the best one, WALL-E. Outside of that, I really like Into the Spider-Verse, The Princess and the Frog, Shrek, Megamind, Madagascar 1 and 2, and plenty more. I don't think I'll ever talk about western animated movies on my channel because if I did, I'd attract an audience who would only watch my content for that, but yeah. The next question comes from That Guy NG06. What are your top 5 characters from video games, movies, and TV shows? Dude, I'll do you one better. Time to pull out my favorite character bingo. Knuckles the Echidna, Samus Aran, Susie Deltarune, Power from Chainsaw Man, Kratos, Rei Ayanami, Risky Boots, Princess Peach, Susie Bavarian from Little Witch Academia. The show is really mediocre, but I really like Susie. She's pretty funny. Ashley Graham, Jill Valentine, Piccolo, Undyne, Nathan Drake, Roosh the Bat, Blaze the Cat, Spike Spiegel, quote from Cave Story, Makoto Yuki, Perry the Platypus, Masato Katsuragi, Marceline the Vampire Queen, Julie Powers from Scott Pilgrim, Batman, and I'd include my own original characters, but that would be cheating. DamaritheAnimator asks, thoughts on Sonic Eraser? And then Rupication, they're below there, asks, thoughts on Sonic thoughts on Sonic Pencil? I can't read. Amateurs, hop on Sonic Paint. Willtheiam asks, you are trapped on a deserted island. There's nothing around you except water, sand, and trees. So my question is, who do you main in Smash? Good question. Well, it's been literally years since I've touched my Switch, and whenever I did play Smash, it was very casual. I don't know, I guess these 3? Now, can someone please send help? Splash the Dragafin asks, okay, what did you play first growing up? Mario or Sonic? And which one did you think left the biggest impact on you? Also, congrats on 20k subs. Thanks. As for my answer, well, I don't have a Mario playlist, do I? Jokes aside, I got into Mario first, but I eventually shifted to Sonic. Everything about the series is infinitely better than Mario, in my opinion. I'll forever cherish Plumber Boy's past adventures in my heart, but Sonic definitely left a bigger impact on me. My art is very Sonic inspired, and I don't normally do this, but I'm gonna talk about my original characters on my YouTube channel. Wow. I made them back when I was 14, so I'm severely attached to them. My biggest dream is to somehow turn their adventures into a serialized webcomic or an animated show or something, but I'm still working on all that in the background. David and Annie are especially very Sonic and Knuckles core, much like the entirety of Cosmic Adventures as a whole. If you guys like my OCs, please reply with a dog emoji in the comments. Why did you put a fish in the professor's jar? I don't know, but it's time to feed it! Anyway, Kevin Plush 9735 asks, what got you into Sonic? Oddly enough, it was Super Smash Bros. Sonic's mere presence just activated my autism senses, so I looked more into the series, and it was all downhill from there. Up next, what is your favorite Sega console? I don't own any. What is a series or game you'd like to review, but you think is still too ambitious at the moment? Oh hey, take a look everyone, it's my best friend Battle! He could've just asked this over at my Patreon if he wanted to get his answered sooner. I mean, he is a patron after all, so I would like to publicly announce that Battle is a fucking idiot. If he comments on this video, please make fun of him. Anyway, I got 2 answers to this. If we're talking strictly about gaming, I gotta go with Uncharted. These 4 games were a masterclass in writing, visuals, music, action set pieces, and I got into them when I was working on that Indiana Jones retrospective, so they did scratch that indie itch. But if we're talking about a series in general, I'd also pick the Evangelion franchise. This series is my favorite anime series of all time, and I've been wanting to talk about the original series, The End of Ava, probably the manga, and the Rebuild movies. I have a ton I want to talk about with them, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm most likely just gonna say fuck it and make them regardless of what the algorithm thinks, so stay tuned. The next question comes from Mcslexy, which is a banger username by the way, but they asked, which animation did you enjoy doing the most? And congrats, Lily. Thanks! And honestly, this one's a no-brainer. It has to go with Knuckles Solves Everything, solely due to the fact that I got to work with some incredible voice actors for it. I really hate the fact that I lost my job. I really need to get employed again so I can have enough money to work with voice actors again. I know Tails' voice actor came back to voice Ralsei, but he was super generous by not charging a ton for it. And I just feel like shit if I didn't pay talented voice actors their full rates. I mean, I also got to voice Sonic in it, which is always a plus. It comes pretty natural, wouldn't you say? Up next is a question from Rupication. What is LilyPixells' day-to-day life like? I wake up around 8:30-ish, but not really because I keep falling back asleep for like an hour. Then I voice chat with my boyfriend until 1:30. And while I do, I usually draw, play games, or watch TV shows with him. Then I hop off VC and eat lunch. Yeah, I skip breakfast most of the time. I shower, take my meds, edit for hours, walk my dog, edit some more, dinner time, edit, lay in bed and regret my life choices until 1:30 in the morning, take my meds, sleep, rinse and repeat. Rosie Archfield 6040 asks, what is your main inspiration on your art style? Any particular shows or games that inspired it? Back when I was a kid, I grew up with the best Disney Channel cartoon ever, Phineas and Ferb. That was the earliest influence on my art, especially the look and feel of the first season with its more zany, off-model animation. But when I started doing digital art on MS Paint back in like 2018, I tried mimicking the shading style of 16-bit sprite art from things like Super Mario All-Stars or the classic Sonic games. Nowadays, I take inspiration from mostly just anime, which only improved my skills, so I'm pretty happy about it. But I'm always finding new things to spice up my art every now and then, like the Persona art style or the Sonic Racing Cross Worlds crosstalk styles. Zxayiin asks, what is your favorite OST from any game and why? Questions like these are really hard for me. I can't boil it down to just one. I like a lot of game soundtracks for varying reasons. If I really had to pick just one, it'd be, fuck it, Sonic Unleashed. Back in the Unleashed video, I said it had some of Tomoyo Otani's best work, and I meant it. Each song is so culturally inspired from the regions they pull from, and it has a ton of variety with how each song feels. Energetic, soothing, a nice mixture of both. Sure, not every song is a winner in my opinion, but I really like this game's soundtrack in particular. I don't know if I said it before, but goddamn, as much as I criticized it, Unleashed sure left an impression on me. Inspirations for vid style? Hey, look at that, it's my boyfriend! There's a handful of YouTubers that inspired me. For one, the Angry Video Game Nerd, because who hasn't been inspired by James Rolfe at this point? More recent examples would have to be Radical Soda, Cosmonaut Variety Hour, and Bisley Channel. Rad and Bisley are really funny. I hope I'm as funny as them, but probably not. I think my videos started to get a little better when I took inspiration from Bisley's pacing. I think he paces his videos pretty well. I'm also trying to make smaller videos on the side. Someone who I think does smaller videos really well is 22 Luke. I only recently found out about them, but they're a fellow God of War fan. They're really funny and underrated. Go give them a sub for me. TheKeyPillar asks, what was your favorite part of animating? I think I'm torn between two stages, storyboarding and coloring. Storyboarding is by far the easiest to do for me, just crude sketches synced to the audio. Coloring is pretty fun too, especially with how vibrant my color choices can be. An honorable mention would be creating the backgrounds. I sometimes include the background sketch within the storyboard, and once the time comes to actually draw them, I kind of cheat a little by making them a mix of actual art and stealing random stock images I find on the internet. It kind of gives my backgrounds this sort of Pymations or Amazing World of Gumball feel, at least to me. I don't know, I think it's kind of funny. I fucking hate lip syncing though. Every time I have to lip sync too much, I feel like killing myself. Anyway, Violet the Book Cat 7457 asks, what inspired you to get into animating? How'd you develop your style? To be honest, nothing really inspired me to animate. I just figured that I could, so I did. Back in the early days, I was kind of going for this retro VHS kind of style, but I don't think I need to tell you that it just never worked out. As soon as I made the switch to just using my normal art style, the animations and by proxy my Sona dialogue portraits started to look a lot better. Maybe someday I'll try to do the old VHS style again, but I'll probably do it once I buy DaVinci Resolve's full version with the perfect VHS effect. If anyone buys it from me, I'll do whatever you want. TonyToon10 asks, have you thought of a plan of selling merch? He asked this twice for some reason. Anyway, I don't think I'm big enough for that, but even if I was, no, I don't want to make merch. Trust me, it's for your own good. If you're ever caught in public with a LilyPixells t-shirt, you'll die in a shootout in Argentina. Pipasaur Fan 1999 asks, who is your favorite God of War character and why? Also, are you still a bit sad that the Greek games didn't get represented in Astrobot? Damn, I was wondering how long it'd take to get a God of War question. There's honestly so many great picks for my favorite. Kratos, Zeus, Athena, Kronos, Freya, Mimir. The boat captain. I know it's not the most unique take in the world, but I'm probably just gonna go with the man himself, Kratos. I love every single aspect about him. His design is not only iconic, but every detail is important to the lore as a direct result of the god's negative effects on him. His red tattoo is in honor of his kidnapped brother, his white skin due to Ares' trickery, his stomach scar from Zeus's betrayal. On that note, his personal journey is super satisfying. This dude went from a vengeful maniac ridden with depression, grief, and anger issues to a wise old man who fights to protect the people he loves. Of course, he wouldn't be nearly as iconic if not for the two incredible performances that bring him to life, Terrence C. Carson and Christopher Judge. As for the other question, yeah, it's pretty annoying that there's no Greek representation in Astrobot. I mean, I kinda get it. Ragnarok is the most recent game, so it kinda makes sense to just pull from that, but the early games were some of the most important games in not only PlayStation history, but gaming history in general. Like, at least give us an Athena statue bot or something. She was in 2018, come on. Whatever, at least we got the Uncharted level. Makusinmerengue asks, what are your unbridled thoughts on the roguelike genre, specifically Spelunky? You did want a variety of questions, so here's a slightly nonsensical one. I haven't played much roguelikes. I did play a bit of Spelunky too, and I thought it was pretty fun. There's also the God of War Ragnarok Valhalla DLC, which also had roguelike elements. Hades 1 and 2 are still sitting in my Steam library collecting dust. Having a backlog fucking sucks sometimes. Shreddrcheez asks, how long does it usually take to make an animation? What software do you use? It takes roughly 2 weeks, but it varies depending on how long it is. Actually, if I want to work with voice actors again, maybe animations less than a minute long may be the move, but who knows? Anyway, I use Clip Studio Paint and I animate at 24 frames per second. After I finish the frames, I export them as an image sequence and do the rest of the editing in DaVinci Resolve, which is my editing program. Okay, here's my question. What made you decide to want to become a furry, or at least an anime cat girl, and a pale one at that? What pushed you to make this new Sona and that is more comfortable for you than the previous one? And why is it pale? Are you pale IRL, or does it just look better with light skin? Sorry to ask personal questions, that's just my question. I have more, but you said question, so I'll just leave it at that for now. I already kinda answered this, I just think the cat ears were cute. I'm not a furry, at least I don't think so. As for the other question, this is more or less how I look in real life. The only reason Lily Sona Mark 1 was a darker skin tone was kinda complicated. TLDR, I just kinda realized that having a lighter skin tone doesn't make me any less Latin. That on top of dysphoria stuff, I guess when I transitioned more, I got less insecure about how I look, so I figured I should just redesign Lily Sona to fit me more. Sorry if my response was a little weird, but that's the basic gist of it. And if you have any more questions, by all means, go ahead and ask them in the comments of this video. I'll try to respond as many as I can. Anyway, Acebuttwice asks, if Blaze wasn't your wife, who would it be? Honestly, probably Risky Boots from Shantae. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it, she is so damn hot. I wish I could either be her or circle button her. What is with me in this specific shade of purple? And speaking of Shantae, Bugsy9983 asks, what got you into Shantae? I started with Half Genie Hero, but since then I played the rest of the series and I'm really fond of it, despite not having the chance to talk about it on my channel yet. Nowadays I vastly prefer Pirate's Curse or even Seven Sirens over Half Genie Hero, but I still think it's okay. I think Half Genie Hero's main problem is that it's a somewhat generic platformer in a very much Metroidvania series. And damn, I am killing it with these segues. Speaking of video game genres, NiohArcadia asks, what's a genre of games you haven't dipped your toes into yet that you hope to someday? This one's kind of a tough one. I don't know, probably roguelikes? I mean, I'm always open to suggestions. You all know the kind of games I like. Glitchtyr asks, I know you have all these different OCs. Do you plan on or want to ever do animations with them, like shorts or a full series or something like that? I wasn't expecting my OCs to pop up in this video 3 times. Now, I sort of already answered this earlier, but I'll just say it again, because why not? This little batch of freaks belongs to my, for lack of a better word, intellectual property, Cosmic Adventures. It's a sort of pipe dream of mine, but I really want to turn Cosmic Adventures into a webcomic. To give you an idea of how long it'd be, just imagine a 3-season long kids cartoon, like Amphibia or something. There's of course my other series, Guacamole. Truly, these two are my Simpsons and Futurama. I already do small Guacamole comics, so if you want to to read them, head over to my other socials. I would also like Guacamole to be fleshed out and serialized. There's tons to take inspiration from, and it'd be cool to craft a fantasy world as opposed to the sci-fi cosmic adventures world that I already have planned out in my brain. But really, Guacamole aren't as high of a priority, though when I get a sponsorship for my videos, I'll probably make animated skits with either series, something like, oh, Guacamole have to finish their order with the help of NordVPN, or, if you will,
You're too late, David West. I've already strapped a bomb on the Pixelland orphanage. Just what do you plan on doing to stop me, you frustrating 14-year-old? You never learn, do you, Shoji? I got the power of Squarespace on my side. You know, just to show you guys potentially how stupid these bits can be.
Anyway, catch new episodes of Cosmic Adventures only on Adult Swim. Well, that just about does it for this video. Thank you so much for the questions, and I'll just end it off like I usually do. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notif bell, and follow me on Newgrounds and Blue Sky to keep up with my other stuff. You can also become a patron and get cool perks like seeing your name on the end screen and early access to my videos. Can I be the last question? No.